Hey guys, what's going on? I'm going to give you my deck profile. Imperial Digimon featuring Magnamon. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out the weekly podcast. Alright, we're going to start with our Tamers. No funny, weird shenanigans here. I don't agree with playing multiple weird colored Tamers. I just stick with my one because I like to flip my Tama and know what I'm getting, and I like having the all turns 1000 DP. It comes up a lot. Next, we'll go to our level 3s. We're playing 14. We're playing 7 Vmons and 7 Wormmons. To start, we're playing 3 of the promo Vmon. Reduces Evo by 1. And then when attacking, draw 1. This is probably the best card to Digivolve into your Raising and then push out with. But we're playing 4 of these Vmons because the end of turn is also extremely important here. He's also your Searcher. And with the Davis and Kin, we want to make sure we're getting off these as much as possible. I'd love to play a 4th of this, but the room was pretty tight in this deck. So 4 Vmons, and then we're playing 1 of the BT16 Wormmons. I never Digivolved into the Raising area, obviously, because it's going to cost 1. But that's not what we play this card for. Start a main phase and on play, you can Digivolve one of your Digimon into a level 4 from the trash with its Digivolution reduced by 1. Really, really nice. It didn't come up too often, but it was always nice having it if I was ever in that situation. So its inheritable isn't too bad either. You know, when attacking, you can suspend a Digimon, which can come up with one of our level 5s that's coming up here. So really good card. I mean, I wouldn't play more than 1 of it though. I almost had to play 2 copies of it because I only had 1 of this Wormmon. But thankfully Ben came in clutching, had a second one. So this one is a Searcher. This one's kind of not the best Searcher because I didn't realize it until Sean told me. It's 1 blue or green 2-color card. So
2 color or more.
2 color or more card. So that threw me off once. And then it's also got the end of turn DNA. That's the main reason why we're playing it. I mean, the searching is really good too, but it's very specific. But the end of turn DNA is also one of the main reasons why we play it. And then for Vmon, BT12, again, same reason why is the Vmon, searching, and then end of turn DNA. That's why we did it. Plus, these Wormmons also Digivolve on top of our blue Tamas for 0. So, same with this one. It's kind of hard to tell, probably with the glare, but it's blue or green as well. So those are all our level 3s, 14 in total. We're playing 12 level 4s. Yeah, I know that's a lot nowadays, but you absolutely have to see your level 4s in this deck. It's like no exception. We're playing 4 BT12X Vmon. You can gain a memory when you DNA, and then best inheritable here is jamming. This allows your Pyldramons, Dino Bees, your Magnus to swing for free without carrying in case they die to security. That's why we're playing this instead of the XV. The XVmon's cool, but it's just piercing. I'd rather have this jamming. So this is also the only level 4 that can Digivolve on top of the Wormmon and the Vmon for 2. So, or what I mean by is both of them. Next, we're playing 4 Lydramon. This one can Digivolve on top of Vmon for 2, but not Wormmons. For Wormmon, you'd have to pay for 3. So that's why we're playing the maximum Searchers for both, and we're playing even copies of both, just because, you know, we're playing this, and then the next card is specific to Wormmon. So Armor Purge, which I do believe came up once tonight, and then the Wind Digivolving did come up as well. I was able to, I think it came up against Sean. I suspended his Digimon, and then I was able to swing twice with my Pyldramon. I believe kill him. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Next, we're playing 4 Togemogamon. So this is the card that Digivolves on top of Wormmon for 2. The great thing about this card is no one knows what it does because no one ever sees it played. Also, both of these cards are armor form. That's why I'm playing maximum amounts of this card because we're playing Magnamon X Antibody as our top end, and it has to have an armor form in its traits or in its stack to get its effects. So that's why we're playing 4 and 4 of both of these. This one has blocker and armor purge, which the blocker did come up. Also, this effect never came up because, again, most of the time when I digivolved into this, it wasn't sitting on the board. I was immediately DNAing, but still. it could. When your opponent's Digimon becomes suspended, you can trash their top source, which could come in handy if they have like a level 5 ace in their stack. And then that if an opponent's Digimon with no sources can't attack or block the following turn. So not bad. Again, Digivolves for 3 on VMon, but 2 on Wormmon. So next we're playing our level 5s. We're playing 7. I saw this in one of the profiles that we were watching on the podcast. Don't forget to check us out, guys. I've kind of clowned on this card because I didn't really think it was all that good in Imperial Dramon, but we're playing the Magnamon version, which I like a lot more with this inheritable, because if your opponent gives us like negative security check or something like that to your Magna and you can't trigger off your Magna's effect, you can go into this, suspend their Digimon, and then Digivolve into the Magna, and then attack over their Digimon, trashing the security, reactivating your Magna's effect to trigger that off that way. So really good. Actually, this came up a lot tonight. DNA effect, he gets 3000 DP, suspend something, and then you can immediately attack. I think that came up once, like cleared a Digimon, or I attacked over a Digimon, so that part was okay, but the list we saw, we're playing 4 of this and only 3 of the Pyoldramon. I think Pyoldramon's a way better card in general, like just situational wise, so that's why I cut this to 3 and was playing 4 of the Pyoldramons instead. This card's really, really, really good. I mean, it's an Imperial Dramon card, so of course it is. A lot of things here. Partition, this came up a lot. Inheritable Partition, of course, also came up a lot. Played a lot of yellow tonight, so like anytime they would try and DP reduce me or shenanigans, I could partition out and whatnot. Unless it's Valcase, you know, that was fun because all my level 4s are 5 and under. So when Digivolving, you're going to suspend all your opponent's Digimon with less sources than you. And then when DNA Digivolving, they're not going to be able to unsuspend. So most of the time you will have more sources than them. And then when attacking once per turn, this sentence right here is really hard to understand. Suspend one of your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. If this effect didn't unsuspend this Digimon. So
incredibly complicated.
Very, very complicated. A lot of words here. So yeah, swinging with this card a lot of times if you're doing it properly or your opponent just doesn't know. Next, the only level 6s we're playing are 4 Magna X's. We all kind of know what this card does at this point. It was the bane of an entire format, the big bad boogeyman. Still a very good card, just underplayed probably because Yellow Vaccine's been touched. I still think it's a really good card though. It is obviously worse outside of the Yellow Vaccine decks because you can't freely touch your security during your turn without swinging in some way. So we're not able to trigger off his effect as much, but still it's really nice to be able to Digivolve into 4 for 4 on top of our level 5s if we have to. Like I did that a couple times tonight. Like I would swing with this guy once or twice and it would live with like jamming. And then to Digivolve into this for 4 or even with Davis and Ken, it could be for less if you didn't trigger them when you DNA'd. I don't know why you would, but you know, free memory gain. Anyways, yeah, so being able to just go into it for 4 is really nice. Or even with return. Yeah, return. We were effectively doing it for 0 or 2. So really good card. A lot going on here. Most of the time when this hit the board, it was pretty much game over. Next, we're playing 2 level 7s. We're playing Imperial, Paladin Mode Ace, and then 1 Omnimon. I didn't Omnimon at all tonight. We all know what this card does. I'm not going to explain. I'd probably cut this for something else, to be honest, though, just because I never really needed it tonight. Maybe an Ice Wall or even some kind of removal like Giga Laser. Giga Death. Thank you. Giga Death. So, but this card right here was very clutch for me multiple times tonight. I think I cleaned up 2 games tonight, maybe 2 or 3, HP Ding, and then going into this and just killing my opponent. HPD, best card in the game. I think one of my opponents gave me enough memory. I was able to hard play something and then HPD'd into this, and it just won the game from there. So this is really good if you've attacked with a Magnamon already and it becomes immune to everything with the 3K bonus. So really nice, like free swings. Next, we're going into our Tamers. We're playing 6. 2 Davises. Most of the time, it's going to be adding 2 cards unless you just get super unlucky and see multiple like options or other Tamers. So really good card. You should definitely still be playing some amount of these. You shouldn't be playing Imperial Digimon if you're playing less than 4 of this. I just think it's a bad call. This is easily one of the best cards in the entire deck, and you need to see it. And the thing is with some Tamers, like with 2 Davises, once I've seen 2, and after I get that initial search, yeah, sure, he sets me to 3 memory, but the second one's not doing anything. This is doing a lot, even with multiples. Like, with even 2 on the board, that's 2 free Digimon, which we're playing a lot of searchers, which is searching, and then it's 2 free memory as well. So these stack. Like, 3 is not enough. So 4 is the optimal amount. I wouldn't want to cut these at all. And then in this version, we're definitely playing 3 return. Very good card. Makes our Magnamon just cost 2, and then it's also protection. If they try and get rid of your Magnamon and you have this in hand, you can negate that or prevent that, and then go into this. And then if your opponent can't clear this, or your Magna's like invulnerable or whatever shenanigans, you're just gonna kill them following turn. So really good. And then the last 2 cards in the deck are one of Hammer Spark. It's just a free memory. I think I used it once tonight. It was never in my security, unfortunately. And then the best card in the entire deck, HBD. This stole a bunch of games for me tonight. There was one turn. I set up an entire second Magna with like 2 memory. I hard played a Vmon searched, and I had to hit a level 4, so I played the Vmon, searched, Digivolved into this for 3, and then HBD'd this stack, and I had already swung at the security once, into the Dino B, and then activated the return for 2 into the Magna, activated the Magna's effect. So that was all off of effectively like 3 memory, just off this Digivolution right here, off the Toga Magnamon. This was played off the Daves and Ken, Digivolved into this for 3, HPD'd into this, and then returned for this. So, I mean, I wasn't complaining because it established a second Magna that my opponent just wasn't able to deal with, and the game was just over from there. So this card is very dangerous, very deadly. I don't know why you wouldn't want to play that card if you're playing some amount of green cards. So, yeah, really fun, guys. I like this version a little bit better than the armor version. I've played that one without the Flame Dramons because I'm poor. But yeah, so definitely give it a shot, guys, and don't forget to again like, comment, and subscribe, and check out the podcast.